This was a great week in Chicago.
There's all this stuff going on.
It's so exciting to be able to be back in person.
We have reconnected. We have restarted. We are re-energized. More than 6,000 attendees are heading home with renewed energy and innovative tools after the most influential event in the rental housing industry. The most empowering aspect of Apartmentalize is the amount of education attendees get with the investment of just a few days. From operations to marketing, maintenance, student housing, leasing, and more, apartment professionals have found invaluable insights and fresh ideas to take back home.
NAA has been responsible for the launching forward of my career. I owe a lot of my connections and industry affiliations, of course, to NAA.
Just the opportunity to meet with people in person, even if it's a little bit of distance or even if it's with masks, just to meet with people in person is adding a new excitement, I think, for the industry in general.
Rounding out the jam-packed week was a game-changer session with critically acclaimed actor Alton Fitzgerald White, best known for his record-breaking 4,308 performances as Mufasa in Disney's The Lion King on Broadway. He spoke on the challenges of daily performance and how he managed to persevere through the inevitably long days.
My focus was on gratitude. Gratitude for being a working actor. Gratitude for having the opportunity to exercise my passion on a daily basis. And sometimes, of course, you run out of steam. 4,308 is a lot. Actors, we do 8 shows a week on Broadway. But for me, it helped to have different levels of gratitude so that I never ran out of steam.
No one could have anticipated the pandemic and what it would mean to your operations, but you can take what you learned and ensure you are ready for anything new that comes your way. This session analyzed possible gaps in your existing processes and explores old risks that are new again.
It's interesting to hear what other people are doing and how they're solving problems that we are experiencing.
It's no surprise that our industry had to evolve during the COVID-19 era, and fast. Companies were forced to push technology initiatives and virtual offerings to keep employees, prospects, and residents safe. But now it's time to make the hard decisions. Here, attendees sifted through what worked and what flopped, making a roadmap for post-pandemic success. The maintenance teams at our communities are valuable and important to our residents. The pandemic showed us how to provide safe and effective maintenance help with a little restructuring of how work would normally be completed. Thursday's session explored how some companies successfully evolved their process while keeping residents and staff safe.
Where we were able to maybe leave a filter outside the door, maybe drop some light bulbs off. We had some maintenance supervisors who were talking residents through some repairs.
When it comes to rental housing marketers, expectations are higher than ever. Despite budget cuts, these marketers are still expected to generate more traffic, leads, tours, and leases. Thursday's panel reviewed real-world situations and tools, helping industry experts to pick their most effective marketing machine in the most cost-effective way.
So the strategy might be the same, but the way that we're executing as far as the content on our website, the content in our social, the type of events and activities and services we're offering to the customers, those are uniquely curated to match that community specifically.
We're ready to do some all-star fun today.
NAA is giving you a chance to pick a topic that you want to hear more about during Apartment All-Stars. This year, it was a clear vote. Attendees got the chance to learn more about COVID schmovid. Fire me up with your ideas. The Friday general session was a chance to celebrate a successful week that left everyone ready to evolve with the latest in the industry. Attendees were starstruck as Viola Davis took questions from the audience, inspiring them with her regal presence and stories of breakthroughs. Something else inspiring? The amount of charity that NAA gives back into each community it becomes a part of. NAA gives.
You know, we're all in it together.
They're really good, responsible residents, and they're the ones you'd want to keep in your properties. And for whatever reason, they're unable to make that rent. So we call ourselves a temporary bridge that allow them to get back on their feet.
The reality is, we're not in the business of evicting anybody and putting them out on the street. All we ask is people to communicate with us, and we've been able to get rental assistance for absolutely anybody that needed it since the pandemic began.
At the National Apartment Association, we pledge to improve our world through philanthropic initiatives undertaken not only by our organization as a whole, but by our generous members who help their communities.
It's about making an impact in the communities.
So when you have the means, we have the ability and the physical ability to be able to give back, it sure means a lot to be able to do that.
This year, during Apartmentalize 2021, $1 from every registration helped to fund the Resident Relief Foundation and the Children's Hunger Fund.
It is that overwhelming desire to want to help out those less fortunate than ourselves. And this does give us an opportunity to really showcase that, because a lot of times we don't have that opportunity.
Well, the NAA and all of its affiliates is a family. And as a family, they have heart. They care.
Well, that's a wrap on another wildly successful Apartmentalize. We cannot wait to see you next year in San Diego. Be sure to mark your calendar, June 22nd through the 24th in sunny San Diego, California. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Ed Highland with NAA TV.